I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not bad, Trent.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Good evening and welcome to Starfire Sports Stadium here in Tukwila, Washington for the NWAC Men's Soccer Championships here on the NWAC Digital Network. I'm Andrew Harvey. I'm joined this evening by Evergreen State coach Gooey Ducks women's soccer head coach Dave Morris. Dave, great to have you with us.
Thanks for the word salad there.
Listen, it's the Gooey Ducks that puts us over the bar.
There you go. Yeah. Gooey Duck women's soccer.
There we go. And we are here.
Excited to be here.
The Whatcom Orcas and the Tacoma Titans for you. We saw both these teams play on Friday in their semifinal games. Both very deserving of this ticket to the finals, and very interesting stylistic matchup of what we might expect tonight.
Yeah, it should be a really interesting match. I really think the game's going to turn on whether Whatcom can handle number 7, Alex Whiting. He was, I thought, the player of the match for Tacoma against Pierce. Pierce never really had much of an answer for him on that right side. He's playing at another level, and it's going to be up to Whatcom to use, try to avoid having him in 1v1 situations. Whatcom, the thing that they did really well against Highline is they got numbers around the ball, and I think that's the best way to handle somebody like Whiting, who he's going to beat you 1v1. He's a different level player, really, and I thought that. For Pierce, they got him. He was isolated a little bit too often and was able to create all kinds of problems for them. For Whatcom, their work rate was terrific against a very good Highline team, and they were able to see the game out. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can press Tacoma, who was very smooth and confident in possession on Friday, into playing a little bit more frenetically. That's kind of going to be the contrast of styles today.
Whatcom Orcas 15-3-4 overall. The Titans 15-1-1 at this point in the season. Titans got here, like you mentioned, in a 4-1 really trouncing of the Pierce Raiders. Alex Whiting, a goal, 2 assists for him in that contest. You have to expect they're going to feature him heavily today. But also there were some good finishes from Sam Eklund. I believe it's Charles Poe. And then there was Whiting's penalty kick finish as well. So we'll see if they can get something going in the box. The Orcas, meanwhile, it was a 2-0 victory over the Highline Thunderbirds that got them here. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Titans. In goals, Evan Brewer. The defenders, Tony Corrado, Colton Says, Johnny Gabula, and Grant Cox. The holding mid, Romain Beaufartigue. The attacking mids, Gilbert Delaluz, Masa Fukushima, Joseph DiCarlo, and Alex Whiting. And the man up top, Boubacar Torre, who scored, I believe, his 25th goal of the season in that game.
And we're talking about Whiting, and meanwhile, Tacoma's leading scorer had a great game, but didn't score, I don't think.
Yeah. On the other side of things, for the Orcas, you have Hector Gutierrez in goal. The defenders, Lucas Lieberman, Cameron Miller, Garrison Lee, and Fabian Zenteno. Keegan Rubio, Noah Rasmussen, Bekele Dowdy, and Corey Williams round out the midfield. Casey French sort of playing as a false 9, and then you have Jung-Young Kim, the striker up top.
The other thing that's interesting about both these games today on championship days is really unusual in the NWAC to have a championship game that's not the second or third meeting of the season between the teams. The good teams tend to play each other in the NWAC friendlies and just schedule each other to get good challenging matches. And actually both finals, I don't think Clark had played Peninsula. They didn't play him this year, and they may not have played him for 2 or 3 years. And then on the men's side, I'm not aware of the last time that Tacoma and Whatcom faced off. I don't think they faced off this season. For Whatcom, it is their second consecutive trip to the championship match, which I think is a big advantage. I think one of the things that Clark ran into on the women's side is it's just tough to convert when it's your first trip as a program. That's especially if you don't get the rub of the green early, you're going to be a little vulnerable, and they gave up a couple early goals. So I'm sure Tacoma is going to be looking to avoid that fate. But they are coming off, on the plus side for Tacoma, really a decisive win over Pierce. They're the co-champions from the very competitive West region. But Whatcom, the North region, Peninsula, is a pretty strong program on the men's side as well. And Whatcom saw all comers off this year, and should be a really good match.
Absolutely. Of course, the Orcas have a little bit of a boost. Like you mentioned, they were here last year. They managed to beat the team that beat them, Highline, in that semifinal game. Titans, on the other hand, scored so many goals so early that they were able to get a lot of rest for a lot of their key players. Do you see an advantage in either side given those facts?
I think for Whatcom, having been here a year ago, gives you a little bit of a sense of mission. And I think it takes a little bit of the edge off, because there's going to be nerves and everything for a final, but I think that takes a little bit of the edge off. the way Tacoma played after they scored the goals, they kind of kept the rotation going. I think they didn't have to shorten their bench, but I don't think they I didn't notice them saving anybody either. And I'm not sure, having done this for a while, how helpful it is. Somebody comes out 5 minutes earlier. Frankly, the getting up for the game, the warming up, getting on the field. I mean, if you play 5 minutes less, over time, I suppose that's an advantage. But I think when you talk about, from Friday to Sunday in this one moment, I don't know how much of a big deal it is. I think these are two teams playing on short rest, but they're also used to it. It's about even, and nobody played an overtime game or anything like that.
Well,
and Whatcom goes with the fake kickoff. They'll try that one again.
Always kind of hit basically a set piece to start things off. Try to knock it deep and see if they can pin anyone in. The Orcas are in white with the vertical stripes, moving from left to right on your screen. The Titans in all gray. We'll head back the other direction. And those Orcas uniforms just as difficult to make out the numbers under daylight as they were under the floodlights on Friday night.
I really gave up on the Whatcom names from here. I'm a little too old to see that without better binoculars than I've got. But they play well as a team and they move well. See Grant Cox back out there on the right side. And Whatcom concedes an early foul there. And that may also be part of the plan to control Alex Whiting, as he was the one who went down under pressure there. And Fukushima is going to get over the ball. Try to swing this one in early.
Early set piece for the Tacoma Titans.
Yeah, we know how dangerous those can be.
Johnny Kabula, the towering center back, waiting at the 18. Ball doesn't come his way. And it is cleared, I believe, by Rasmussen.
Half cleared,
for Whiting. Can't control it with his second touch. Came off a hand. And it will be a free kick for the Orcas. This their third trip overall to the NWAC championship game. They had a successful run in 2006 to go along with that failed venture last season. Titans won the NWAC 2 years ago in 2016 and in 2000 as well. This their fifth trip to the championship match overall.
And Tacoma is definitely an NWAC blue blood soccer program, having the men and women in the Final Four this year, and the women were in last year. Guys winning it 2 years ago. You've got a strong soccer community there, and then they're very integrated into that at Tacoma Community College.
It's Lucas Lieberman out there. Heading it back is Gibula. Cameron Miller going up to Kim.
Both these teams look like they're really in kind of a 4-3-3, 4-5-1 type formation. For me, there's not usually a lot of difference between those two. Really, you're just describing how far up the field the forwards stand when they don't have the ball.
It's Tony Corrado, player who had a very active semifinal match against the Pierce Raiders. He got up the field, got down the field.
Yeah, it was an all-access, all-work performance, and I think you're going to see that again. Tacoma does a great job of using the entire field. They have Corrado on one wing, Whiting on the other. Cox is a little bit more of a stay-at-home defender behind Whiting. Honestly, they're the way that they're shaped, they kind of almost become like a 3-4-3. You get Corrado up on the left side, joining into the midfield with that central set of three. Fukushima, 9. I'm trying to figure out names here. De La Luz. And I'm not going to even try that one. Number 16, the French kid.
Roman Beaufartigue.
Beaufartigue, thank you. And, they're able to get numbers in the midfield. Here comes Whatcom forward, though, a little bit.
It was Kim trying to settle that ball.
And I guess there's your answer early. Whatcom able to get numbers around the ball and make Tacoma play faster than they want to play.
Kim cutting inside for Rubio. He nicked that off. Colton Says and won a corner kick for the Orcas. Corey Williams did the set piece duties on Friday night. He appears to continue that tradition here. Lining up for the in-swinger.
He's going to hit an in-swinger, and Tacoma really with everybody back.
Williams serve that to the back post. Header back by Miller. And Evan Brewer comes off his line and grabs that. Brewer, a player
looking for the quick counter there.
Strong game going long for Boubacar Torre. And Centeno will just head it back.
Yeah, easily dealt with really by Whatcom there. But the Orcas dribbling into pressure and then out of pressure in the back. Not exactly the way you want to draw that up. I think honestly Whatcom was a little fortunate there. That could have really been trouble.
And Rasmussen, the holding mid. French. Lee a little cleaner and quicker that time with the ball than he was a minute ago. But he did a good job. He created a little bit of a 9-1-1 situation, but then he solved it. Thrown into Williams. Centeno, that's a big ball in. Brewer settles underneath it, and French can't trouble him.
And there goes Corrado.
With it once more. And Kim shields it out of play. Well, the one thing we do know about Whatcom head coach Jason Jorgensen is he really puts a lot of trust in his starting 11. Let those guys play a very long shift on Friday night before he introduced any subs.
Yeah, they don't play a lot of numbers. Tacoma has a little bit more robust rotation. The other thing is I think every coach involved in this game is named Jason.
Yeah, Jason Prenovost and Jason Jorgensen.
And the assistant for Tacoma is Jason Jertson. He's an Evergreen grad.
How many Jasons we got on this ship, Dave?
Well, there's quite a few. If you start seeing, lion skins and stuff, we'll have to be careful. Maybe that explains the Titan logo.
Centeno knocks that long down the field, and that one's going to curl out for a deep throw-in.
I think it's safe to say most people aren't going to get the lion skin reference, but anyway.
Oh, that's,
That's what happens when you get a college coach on.
Yeah, Slay.
Give him a microphone.
Well, just, keep an eye out for the Gorgon, and we'll all get home in one piece.
That's the idea. Really an interesting cut and thrust in the early going. Both teams have done a good job kind of moving the ball. Whatcom does a terrific job moving the ball quickly.
Low ball in from Lieberman is blocked at the point of attack.
And just playing at a very, very high tempo. They've got an iron 11, and they're playing at a furious pace.
Rubio down for Williams. He wants to switch it over to Dowdy. But Kelly Dowdy gives chase to the byline, but will not get there in time.
Almost just a little bit too deep. He had to get it over Tony Corrado, and there wasn't enough room behind him.
Brewer up for Fukushima.
And that's where Tacoma can force Whatcom. If they want to play at this tempo, they're going to have to keep that tempo up. And there they are creating a turnover.
Beaufartigue
wins it back. But here's Tacoma. They're in a 1-on-4 here, but creating a little space for themselves. Kim wins it back for Whatcom.
Dowdy back for Lee.
Dowdy, really, one of those live wire wingers. Comes back and presses, really effective.
And just can't manage to settle the ball there.
Completely jinxed him.
Broadcaster's curse. Still in effect. Front from Corrado.
Nice layoff for Fukushima. Once again, Whatcom gets numbers around the ball.
Thrown in for Torre. Loses out to Lieberman. French. Tripped up momentarily by Gilbert Deliluz. Turned over to Beaufartigue. Now
Deliluz is on it. And
going ahead for Torre, who is onside. And they're going to raise the offside flag. Boy.
Yeah, I think they had the official fooled there. I don't think Torre was off. His running mate, DiCarlo, was. All right, is that DiCarlo? Yep, DiCarlo was. I think the referee, they were both off at first, and I thought Torre recovered, but.
It sure seemed that way, but again, when you have two guys stacked up like that, the assistant referee sometimes just sees a blur of gray and goes, I think he's off.
Well, you got he's looking down, and you got black shorts and black socks. Then you have to look up and figure out which set of black shorts and black socks it was.
Torre tried to go out wide to Whiting, who really, apart from that one initial touch inside the penalty area, has not seen much of the ball here in the first 10 minutes.
No, and if you're Whatcom, every 10-minute segment where Whiting isn't dribbling at you is a big success. So they're going to, I'm sure, want to continue to do that. And that was, I think, the attention that Whiting draws was one of the reasons that you had DiCarlo and Torre in a position to get open behind the left side of the Whatcom defense, So if Tacoma, I think that shows if Tacoma can be patient, there's something to be done there. But they just turned it over, and it was Whatcom coming down that side. And that's another good way to prevent Whiting from being really dangerous, is make him play a lot of defense.
Brewers set to knock this back into play. Flick on from De La Luz. Rasmussen.
That was a great little flick.
Corrado can only get it as far as Williams. Williams going to take some space here. Williams square to Rubio. Trying to get onto his right foot. Kim unable to turn, and Corrado will shuffle it clear. Rubio stays down in the penalty area as the ball goes away.
Yeah, Rubio's going to recover as soon as he sees that Whatcom's won the ball, but they just turned it over again.
Now it's De La Luz. Fukushima. Marked tightly by Lieberman. Now wide for DiCarlo.
Fukushima didn't realize just before he passed that ball that Lieberman had fallen.
DiCarlo hoping to pick out White. Zentano in the way.
Well read. Whiting had made an interesting run. Cox draws the foul there with a knifing run into the back line.
See if Fukushima likes to be the man to send this one in. Keegan Rubio going to get a bit of a talking to from the referee. I think the referee explained to Rubio why that was not a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. And the answer is usually, well, you had your arm wrapped around him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were, it's one of those where they're hand fighting as they're going down the field, and that's a tough call. They're always going to argue about it. As a referee, you got to decide who's doing more yanking than the other guy. Pretty clearly, the decision was made, and now Fukushima has a chance to lay this ball in over the top.
Driven toward the back post.
Great ball.
Lifted away from the head of Colton Says by Rasmussen. Now they're going to try to stretch things out to Kim.
And Corrado eases Kim off the ball and plays it out.
Long from Cox. DiCarlo can't settle underneath it. Whiting gets a touch.
And here he comes.
Here's Alex Whiting. Whiting going through for DiCarlo. Just a lot of heavy pass on that ball.
Yep, great idea. Picked a good seam, just couldn't quite get the weight right. And there's another solution for Tacoma if Whiting can't have the run of things down on that right flank. Come on infield. So that's his first really substantial touch. And it's more in the center of midfield than out wide.
Whiting intercepts the goal kick. De La Luz goes over the top. He's chopped down midair. I'll draw another free kick pretty much right at the center circle.
Yeah, and that's from Whatcom's standpoint, there's no problem there. They get a chance to set up underneath him. And probably for De La Luz, I don't think he had a lot of specific ideas behind that ball.
In this league play advantage.
And
ball forward to Beaufort Teague. He comes
short
out
pass
wide.
over.
He's hoping to find Fukushima. Now it's Williams going the other way.
Whatcom a little patient on the ball there.
Rasmussen. Dowdy. Dowdy trying to curl that one in for Kim. Says is there. Corrado. Clearance comes in the middle. Fukushima.
Under pressure, that ball was deflected and could have gone anywhere. Went right to a Tacoma Titan. And here they come on the counter. There's DiCarlo. He's got Whiting out on the side in space.
Now he'll take on Zentano. Here's Alex Whiting. Low ball in. Dealt away by Lee.
He had to get taught on there.
Alex Whiting, every time he gets a chance to take more than one touch on the ball, he tends to make a good thing happen for the Tacoma Titans.
Yeah, he reminds me of really watching Mia Hamm when she played for the Washington Freedom. Every time she touched the ball, the air goes out of the stadium.
Whiting to the byline.
Here he goes, corner. And there goes Whiting again. 3 touches and nearly forced an own goal. So I really do think that's the key matchup of the game, is the entire work of team.
Number 7, Alex Whiting.
Against Alex Whiting over on that right side. You think about how hard it is to be an influential player out wide like that.
Might fall for Delaluz. He'll go for goal, but won't be able to put it on frame to challenge Hector Gutierrez.
No, it never looked like it was going to have the pace to challenge him anyway. But, half clear. Tacoma gets on the edge of the area. I mean, 20-yard shot. That's certainly a position where you can be dangerous.
$15 minutes gone. Both these teams looking pretty evenly matched for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, it's a nice style contrast. I think Whatcom wants to play a little bit faster and a little more passionately, I guess you'd say. A little, beat it on challenges, balls in the air. Tacoma would really like to suck some of the air out of this game, keep the ball on the ground. But so you have a nice style contrast. And after two neither, the women's tournament, really both semifinals were nail biters. On the men's side, they were good games, but both games were decided relatively early. Looks like we're going to get a final that's going to go right down to it here.
Boubacar Torre has drawn Miller wide. Torre moving to the byline. Miller steps over him and lets that run out for a goal kick.
Well defended. Once again, that right side for Tacoma is going to be where it comes from.
Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. Lieberman here works his way out of traffic from 2 defenders.
Lieberman won a 2v1. There's an extra ball on the field.
Rasmussen knocks that all the way over, and now ball comes back.
Yeah, hit it so hard it went all the way in the back of the stands and then came back. I think it had gone over. There's 2 youth fields on the other side of the stadium, and I think that ball had actually traveled from the youth field.
I'll tell you
over
what,
the top.
It's for someone to plant a ball onto this field, that's a pretty severely mishit shot on the field right behind us.
Well, especially because those are like 10-year-old girls playing back there on a field they're playing on the inner, smaller field.
I'll tell you what,
somebody hit it.
One local football coach just thinks he might have found himself a kicker. Corrado ahead for Fukushima.
Wouldn't be the first time.
DiCarlo moving inside. He's going to head for Torre. Miller sticks in his shoulder.
Miller was depending on his body there. Torre, I'm sure, logged that into his computer for next time.
Delaluz tied up with Dowdy. Fukushima takes over. Gets the edge on Lieberman, crossing the
ball
middle.
Across.
Oh, what a tidy finish. And it's DiCarlo. Titans on top in the 18th.
18 minutes in, and the Tacoma Titans pierce the Whatcom defense.
Well, it was a strong move by Fukushima on the perimeter, and then just DiCarlo. Fukushima sets him up, DiCarlo knocks him down. Anytime you have a guy that open inside the 18 and you get a ball to him, he needs to put it away, and DiCarlo did.
Oh, yeah, well, and it's really tough on the defense when you get a guy like Fukushima running at you along the end line, because all the defenders have to turn their body. And, DiCarlo just did a terrific job, picking out a little pocket of space in between defenders and caught them while they were turned and made no mistake, buried that shot. Whatcom keeper Gutierrez just had no chance.
Now we'll see how Whatcom responds the next 5 minutes or so. They've looked threatening. Big flip over to Zenteno on the far side.
And I will say that's the kind of early goal a game needs, so I'm a big fan of that.
Miller going all the way through. The NWAC would like to thank Highline College for hosting the NWAC Soccer Championships. Many staff and volunteers helped make this event a success. Don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything's fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit nwacstore.com/NWAC.
That's actually the first goal Whatcom surrendered in this tournament. They got through the quarterfinal and semifinal games without conceding.
They haven't allowed a goal since October 20th in a 2-1 loss to Everett.
Well, a good 3-week defensive run, but now they've got it all to do in the final. That ball's just going to get shepherded out.
Already you're going to see Evan Brewer get pretty casual with getting the ball back into the field of play. Certainly I don't think the Titans are thinking that one goal is going to do them in this game.
Yeah, that's one where you kind of, you're like, hey, let's just play. Referee, if he does it again, I'm sure we'll say something to him, because just from a practical level, I don't think you're going to waste 70 minutes. So
Torre adding on a little bit, just continuing to back away from the ball there as it rolled toward him.
Yep, and we're back underway, but Tacoma killed off a minute if that's something you want to do right now.
69 left to go, I suppose. Now we square to Lee. To Dowdy. French, and then Whiting just has it off him. Delalou's trying to recover to the ball. Rasmussen might have helped.
He embellished that one a little bit.
Might have helped his own trip to the ground there.
I've seen referees say, yeah, but he fouled you before you dove.
Lee knows how to send in a pretty solid set piece. Brewer thought about
dangerous
coming off his
ball,
line.
well won.
Williams trying to keep it alive. Centeno smashes it back in. Brewer is off his line this time, and he grabs that with little trouble. He's going to go quickly out toward Torre.
Good vision.
The break is on. Here comes Torre. Delalou's on the overlap. Stumbles a little, and will settle for the corner.
Terrific counterattack from Tacoma. Goalkeeper outlets the ball. One pass later, you win a corner. You just got 115 yards. Really critical for Whatcom to defend this and not end up with a double disadvantage there.
Taking the corner kick for the
Fukushima
Titans,
will send in the in-swinger.
Masahiro Fukushima.
Fukushima going back post. Whiting goes up. Header won by Rubio.
Well done by Rubio there. Got a dangerous attacker lurking, and now Whatcom gets the throw in, and they'll get out of their own end.
Lieberman.
Gutierrez, a little bit longer first touch than he would have liked. DiCarlo was willing to do the work and forced a turnover. Now Corrado will take a deep breath. And the one thing I'll say is I think with Whatcom, given the pace they want to play at, wouldn't want to slow the game down too much and give them a lot of chances to rest.
Before Teague, back to Torre. Torre scoops that ball around his man.
Torre, the elastico and the nutmeg. And he doesn't even get the throw-in call. Tough deal for him.
He still had a pretty big smile on his face as that ball went out of play.
Yeah, a little playground thing there, like, elastico, nutmeg. I mean, you're 50 yards away from your goal, so it's not like you're going to take that touch into the box, but still fun.
Brewer going to let his back line clear upfield. Rubio trying to bring that ball down. Colton Says up to Delaluz.
Delaluz with a nice turn.
Fukushima hoped to get the return, but Kelly Dowdy interposed himself.
Fukushima spun and read the first defender, didn't realize Dowdy had snuck back into that passing lane. Now Whatcom comes out the other side, but I think you know the thing that's really striking in this game is even though Whatcom's on the ball, Tacoma's forcing them to play kind of the style that Tacoma would like, you know, knocking the ball around, taking a little bit of the sting out of the game. Highline was just never able to slow the game down.
Lieberman wants the big switch to the near side. Gonna stay on the ground to Kim and Williams. Lieberman still calling for that switch. Williams wide for Rubio, left on for Kim. Kim, the cross into the middle, blocked by Says. Still not clear. Fukushima up to Delaluz, and now we might have a break coming the other way. Fukushima wide for Torre.
4 on 5 if they hurry.
Torre slows up his run. Lee
muscle off the ball.
Stick a foot in there.
Yeah. Well done by the Whatcom defense, and now Dowdy.
Kim. Lieberman. Leave it for Rasmussen. Centeno. Brewer has that one come right to him and got tangled up a little bit with Dowdy in the air. Honestly, it looks like Dowdy almost got a little bit of Brewer's foot.
Yeah, I think he got a knee or a foot in the face there.
Those don't feel good. They're going to wave on the trainers for him. Koki Fujita will check in now.
For the Orcas, that's going to change things a little bit. Dowdy's a really high energy, effective winger. As we get into the second, get beyond the midway point of the first half, and Tacoma off to an early lead. See what the referee wants to do in terms of a restart here.
We'll just do a drop ball. Yeah. Off we go. Follow the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more.
Brewer's punt was a little bit low and easily intercepted by Whatcom. I think he mishit it. The Orcas stay on the attack here.
Lead down for Lieberman. Centeno gets around Whiting with that touch. Gibula cleans it up on the back end.
Whatcom's doing a really nice job as far as being in possession, being patient, taking time to recycle. Tacoma, staying organized, but I don't think there's any question that Whatcom's skillful enough to break them down. It's a style. I'm sorry.
No worries. Just kind of, that's why we're taking that gap is Whatcom still just moving the ball back and forth, seeing if they can shift this Tacoma team out of position.
Well, just doing a good job being patient, stringing some passes together. There's a nice pass into a nice little bubble in the middle of the field.
Fujita takes a big touch, and he realized it was too big. He goes to ground, but gets the call.
And we accelerated into that space. Lost control of the ball, was close enough to somebody to force a little contact and gets the foul. And now the Orcas can swing a ball in from, about 35 yards out?
That's a free kick by committee right now. A lot of guys lining up and surveying this ball.
Yeah, a lot of talking. We'll see what the referees had to have a little conference with Tacoma to move him back. And now it seems like Whatcom's reached a decision on the field there about how they're going to do this.
It's Keegan Rubio spanned to the back post. Cameron Miller was there and just never made contact with him. They tie up and both go to ground at the tail end. The referee comes in just to make sure that that collision is the only thing that results from this free kick.
Gibula did a great job, used his body, shielded off the attacking player. Was well done.
DeCarlo, the goal scorer, steps off now. And they bring on Kazim Kunjui, freshman out of West Anchorage.
The Alaskan had a good shift against Pierce.
Tacoma Community College Titans, number 22, Zem.
Torre working hard. But Whatcom, once again, under pressure, even in the back, very composed. I say just as they turn the ball over. But they win it back.
Fujita. Right back to him on the clearance. Square to Rubio. The back heel through ball for French. Colton says has read that.
As we hit the half-hour mark, still 1-0 Tacoma. I think you'd look at that and say it's a fair result, but Whatcom certainly in with a shout today. They haven't been able to create the kind of clear-cut chances that they were able to create on Friday in the semifinal. And there, Whatcom went with the oldest throw-in trick play, I think, in existence, where they threw it off the back of somebody walking away from the ball.
Classic case of the return to sender. Now it's Miller. He'll go wide to Rubio, coming back for Miller now. Can he beat Gibula, the two biggest guys on the field outside of the goalkeepers? Luz just stuck with the ball at his feet, and that's kind of the second or third time so far that he's just had a little bit of trouble keeping the ball in front of him.
Definitely. Well, I mean, they're having to play a little faster than they'd like. You know, Whatcom's doing a good job of getting numbers around the ball, working hard. That's a tough one.
Kunjui conceding the free kick there. It looks like Lee will strike it. Pardon me, it'll be Williams.
Whatcom student body right over here.
Williams. Long ball in. Miller gets a header to it. And Brewer off his line collects it without further incident.
He got there and tried to head it across. It was a good idea. Just couldn't get any power on it.
Big distribution. Williams.
Nifty.
Skillful on the turn and then lifts it past his next defender. But it is eventually a turnover. Whiting.
Tacoma finally retrieves the ball there.
And Cox steps over the challenge. Referee waves him back to his feet, and here comes Fujita.
4-on-3 for Whatcom.
Fujita goes for goal and can't put it on frame. Happy with that shot in the open field from Koki Fujita?
Well, he had all his weight going forward. He's about 25 yards out, 30 yards out. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. It's just tough when you have runners in every channel. You want to make sure you reward those runners. So I think in the end, if he thinks that that's a good shot, I mean, I think, you want him to feel like he's enabled to hit it, but at the same time, I'm not so sure. And here's Whiting.
Whiting dances around Centeno. Kept the ball in play and now collects it for a corner kick.
Corner kick for the Titans to be taken by number 7, Alex Whiting.
Whiting, a little casual lob into the middle, headed
Good
toward
ball.
goal. There's no venom behind it.
Gutierrez going to look to knock this ball along as we get into the final 10 minutes of normal time in the first half.
French. Now Rubio. Whiting shepherds that ball out of play. The NWAC would like to thank Baden for supplying the official game balls of the NWAC Championships. Baden is committed to developing and producing the highest quality at products in sports and is driven by what is right for athletes. Baden, perform better.
And Tacoma's happy to keep this game at a canter if they can.
Eula. His free kick quickly cleared back out by Whatcom. Tacoma trying to keep the pressure on. Fukushima up for Torre. He steps around Lieberman.
Shot's blocked.
But a shot. That's loose. Gutierrez slides for it. Whiting can't finish it off, and a free kick's been given in the meantime.
Whatcom player down in the box. Whatcom riding their luck a little bit in the 37th minute. Shot was deflected and a little rub of the green. It came right to a striker for Tacoma. They couldn't quite get organized to finish it, but if you're Whatcom, that's a really concerning development. You're already down a goal.
It's Cameron Miller. He's back to his feet now. Bit of a handshake with Alex Whiting. French on the end of the goal kick. Rasmussen will head it forward. Williams is there. Brewer comes for the header. Wins it. They're going to wave the trainers
immediately.
on immediately.
No delay at all. That was a heavy collision, and don't like how that Whatcom player went down. I don't know whether Brewer got him like with his shoulder or just the force of the body blow.
Brewer won the header cleanly, just happened to go straight through Corey Williams in the process.
Yeah, it wasn't a didn't look like a foul, but a heavy collision.
Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more.
I will say, if you're Whatcom, I don't know that you mind having a break in the action right now. Game's kind of settled into a little bit of a slower pace. Tacoma's been able to knock it around a little bit. They got a goal. They're feeling good. This is a good time for Whatcom to maybe regroup, and hopefully the young man on the field's all right. We're trying to figure out who it is.
I misread the number initially. I said it was Corey Williams. It turns out that is Junyoung Kim, who is down, now has a hand on his lower back.
I think the game was stopped because they were concerned about concussions, but I think he got basically smashed. I think once he finishes counting his body parts, he'll be okay, but I'm sure there's going to be a survey done.
Yeah, Williams at 6 foot, slightly better equipped to take that hit.
Well, and it was his, it was like a running back, running through a defensive back who was still watching a wide receiver, Kim didn't really see that guy coming. All of a sudden, there's a big, fast-moving freight train. But I really don't like how he's not moving.
Well, we're going to take a break while they attend to Jun-Young Kim here on the NWAC Digital Network. 39-27 right now. Clock still counting upward with the Tacoma Titans leading 1-0 here on the NWAC Digital Network.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
Centralia College because I love the small town feel here. You know, everyone has each other's back. We're all winning programs. We have a lot of competition here. A lot of it is the support coming from the community that you might not feel anywhere else. My name is Autumn Grand and I play volleyball for Centralia College and I go boldly.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? See ya! Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
Well, we're back now on the NWAC Digital Network. The clock has been reset to 37:40, and we'll count up from there. And obviously, the more pressing concern that Jung-Young Kim carted off there and being loaded into an ambulance now. Just, kind of one of those unfortunate things.
Not one of the things you want to see in a soccer match. He looked like he took a knee to the head. Hopefully this is all an abundance of caution, but it's certainly, that's just not a scene you want to see, and everybody's thoughts are, with him. Puts all of this competition in perspective for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And now these players, things will be a little bit strange for them. They basically just had, that was easily probably 20 minutes or so of standing, and now they'll play another 7 just to get into halftime.
Yeah, they'll have a 8-minute, or so, 8 minutes plus stoppage time, sequence, and then they have a 10 or 15-minute halftime. Also, if you're Whatcom, you're worried about your friend, so that's a difficult. For me, I think that's a really difficult situation to be in. Tacoma, for both teams, you're playing, and then all of a sudden you cool off, and now you warmed up a little bit, but that's a tough deal, and for Whatcom, it's got to be hard to compete. Not knowing if your friend's okay.
Hopefully, when the coaching staff will have managed to kind of get a word about it, and they'll be able to talk to the Whatcom players. In the meantime, Jason Jorgensen, the Whatcom head coach, has inserted Takumi Murayama to take Kim's spot out on the field. Now the 39th minute of play officially. Centeno to Rubio. Rubio's fouls man, and obviously this will probably be the other thing from the referee is, there's nothing that even seemed intentional about that collision, but I imagine the referee will probably be pretty hard on the whistle for the next couple fouls just to make sure that this thing stays in check.
He might. I think he's going to probably do a little talking. He's doing a little talking right now. There wasn't anything malicious in the challenge, and if anything, as we discussed off air, we felt like if an official had tried to call foul, would have been on Kim. He came in underneath as the goalkeeper won the ball. So I don't know. I think certainly that's something to think about.
Long freaker from De La Luz. Gutierrez has it out of the air.
I'm sure Gutierrez appreciated the chance to grab the ball there, and, get back in rhythm a little bit. We'll see. I would think that the tempo will slow a little bit, but maybe not. Looks like picking up right where we left off.
Rubio brought down by Cox. The low cross there. Not quite cleared, though. Smashed in. Man dives in front of it. And a penalty.
Wow.
I think that was Corrado that went to ground in front of the shot, and he's been whistled for handball.
Yeah, dangerous, really dangerous cross. They got it on the left side there for Whatcom. Really low, a low and inviting cross away from the keeper. Popped out Tacoma working hard, blocked the initial shot, but
Will be number 29, Keegan Rubio.
evidently the referee had judged that to be a block that was made with an arm.
So now Rubio squaring off with Evan Brewer. Rubio scored in the semifinal, and he puts it high.
Wow, what a sequence of events. You have a stoppage, sort of resets everything. 2 minutes after that, you have a penalty, and then a penalty miss for Whatcom. And that was a Roberto Baggio-esque miss over the bar. So Tacoma gives up the penalty and then gets let off. I'm sure if you're Tacoma, they're saying some version of ball don't lie, but and there's a foul going the other way. I think you're right. I think the referee is going to tighten things up here. And I suspect it'll be a little bit confusing for the players. For a little bit there was a standard and a rhythm to things, and now that rhythm's going to change after the break. So.
And the one other thing in that penalty miss is, credit the referee there. There'd been a foul over in the left alley. You saw him put the whistle up to his mouth and then decide to play advantage, and it led to that penalty situation. So that's good refereeing.
Yeah, no, he's had a good game. I think this is a challenging game to officiate. Fast, strong players, tough challenges, a lot at stake, and so far, well done.
Nearly coming inside for Torre there.
And that ball went over the end line. It's going to be a corner kick.
Fourth of the game for Tacoma. And once again, you just saw Alex Whiting just dash into space, play a quick little through ball, and still creating problems.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the corner now. You've got Tacoma was thinking about maybe a short corner, but the marking, Whatcom was alert, sniffed it out. This ball gets laid up.
For Teague, laid back in by De La Luz. Gutierrez will come off his line and collect it.
And Whiting was lurking if Gutierrez had hesitated.
Centeno. It's Conjui who ran that ball out of play.
Conjui's another kind of all-action striker. He does a great job of pressuring. He's always moving. Another foul on Tacoma.
Corey Williams will get play restarted.
Whatcom just going to set up a mixer at the far post here.
Williams sends it in, comes off the back of the head of Gabula. Grant Cox sends it downfield.
Yeah, it kind of went over the entire scrum there. Well won by Tacoma.
Emphatically put out. That's Connor Seed who's come in at outside back for the Orcas. For Teague. Seed trying to head it down. Knocked out by Rasmussen.
Tacoma, I'm sure, will be content to sort of see this half out, keep possession, get into the locker room with a 1-0 goal or 1-0 lead. Fukushima thinking about maybe adding. He's got Whiting outside.
Well-weighted ball over to him. Whiting's first touch, big one to the byline. He goes down, referee waving it off. It's a goal kick.
Whiting made a good move, Luke. The defender for Whatcom stayed strong after a penalty at the other end. You don't want to give the official a chance to even that out.
Rubio tried the through ball. Gabula's right there. Seed Miller. Looking over the top. Tap down toward French. Says disrupts it. Fukushima gets that over the top. Kanjui was applying the pressure. French turns at midfield. We're into stoppage time now.
French spun Fukushima.
Fujita. The give and go with Murayama. Fujita on his left foot, and that one right to the feet of Evan Brewer.
Really nifty little combination. Kind of what we used to call a Laker cut in basketball. You play it, run basically right at the guy passing the ball, receive it on the back end, little give and go. Got himself some space, but couldn't really get balance to get the shot off and avoid the goalkeeper. Here comes Fukushima with some space.
Tried to tuck the ball around Rasmussen. Rasmussen read it all the way.
Yeah, Rasmussen did a great job. Fukushima got the ball. Looked like he was going to have a little room, and then nothing. This is a challenge for the referee, too. He's keeping official time. We're in the 45th minute. I haven't seen him look at his watch yet. You know, it's a different environment. You know, you've had that break, and it's a little harder for a referee to have a sense of, okay, this is when stoppage time is over.
Swing and a miss by Whiting on the attempted clear. Grant Cox does not disappoint. And now it's Delaluz going through for Torre.
A little bit behind him.
Boubacar Torre steps topside, fakes the shot. Low cross. And blocked that time by Rasmussen.
I'm not so sure that wasn't a shot. But either way, Whatcom got in front of it and then got a little bit of the rub of the green on the hop there. Ball could have gone anywhere.
Lieberman up the far side, ahead for Murayama. Left there for Williams, and Williams has missed it wide. Well, it's taken us over an hour to get there, but it is halftime here at Starfire Stadium. The Tacoma Titans have a 1-0 lead over the Whatcom Orcas. We'll take a break here on the NWAC Digital Network.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC. Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not backtrack.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Training is is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence. I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not bad, Trent.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based
Well, we are back at the end of halftime here on the NWAC Digital Network. Tacoma Titans have a 1-0 lead over the Whatcom Orcas on an 18th minute goal by Joseph DiCarlo. Keegan Rubio had a penalty kick given in the 40th minute, but put the resulting ball high. Joined back now by Dave Morris. Andrew Harvey on the call for you. And Dave, because of that lengthy delay due to the injury to Jung Young Kim, these players out there on the field have, over the last hour, spent more time not playing soccer than they have played.
Yeah, it definitely makes for sort of a weird dynamic. I think it'll be, I think in a couple minutes they'll kind of get out of halftime and play and hopefully kind of get back in a rhythm of the game. We do have an update on the Whatcom striker. He was alert. He is in the hospital being observed right now. Really, I think the quote would be out of an abundance of caution. Nobody really wanted to move a guy who said that, hey, I'm feeling a little sore in my back. But he was never unconscious or anything, didn't have any trouble moving. The other thing that slowed down the process is he speaks primarily Korean. So everything had to be translated for him. So I think that was one of the reasons that the delay was a little bit extended, because it took some time to sort that out and make sure everybody could communicate. And I think everybody with head injuries, one of the big good things that's happened in sports in the last 5 or 10 years is really becoming much more aware about that.
Brewer collects that ball without incident. And yeah, just really good news to hear that it sounds as though Kim will, in the long run, be okay.
Yeah, I think in the short run, like by later tonight, he'll be okay. But I definitely, I know if I was his parents and I was however many thousands of miles away, I'd want to know people were going to take care of him and make sure that he was all right before they threw him back out on a soccer field or something like that.
Flag's gone for offside against Fukushima.
Yeah, none of this from a tactical standpoint. You got to figure it kind of helps Tacoma. They go into the clubhouse with a lead. Whatcom has to watch one of their guys come off into an ambulance. I'm sure they have the same information that I have now, so hopefully they're feeling a little bit better and they can focus. But that's a 90-minute striker you're talking about too.
Back heel from Rubio to French. Now they're going to push to the far side for Murayama. He has options arriving in the middle. Murayama gets around Corrado. It's a low cross
That's
in.
A great cross. Cleared only out about 30 yards, and Whatcom's going to be able to keep possession here early in the second half.
Workers will throw in from the far sideline. Murayama going to leave it.
Yeah, Murayama, the substitute, kind of got himself out wide and had a relatively effective serve there.
Must be Connor Seed on the ball. Low cross in for French. He goes square looking for Rubio.
Whatcom, when they get the ball on the edge of the area, they're effective combining, and they look really dangerous right now. And they're trying to play out of the back. They got under a little bit of pressure, played too fast, and turned the ball over to the Titans. Corrado's going to take the throw in here. Tacoma definitely playing at a little bit more of a deliberate tempo.
That's DiCarlo out wide.
And he's going to get a corner.
5th of the match for Tacoma, first of the second half here.
Yeah, 3 minutes into the second half, they get a chance to run a set play here. One of the keys for Whatcom is most of this half has been played on their right side, which means that Alex Whiting, who hasn't had a chance to impact the game as much. Gutierrez with the restart.
Low ball, but it's helped along by Lieberman. Williams appeals for handball, but Whiting's arm was tucked in, and now Williams has convincingly won a throw in, you might say.
He definitely got that one off Whiting, using maximum possible amount of power, but off the throw in, Whiting wins it, and Tacoma's out. Here comes De La Luz, 1 on about 5.
He goes square for DiCarlo. Chop back in toward Eklund. It comes all the way.
Now Whiting's in space on the right side.
Whiting, time, space, and a cross that is overhit. Fukushima heads it back, but it'll alone beat Murayama in a place to play it. And they've drawn out Roman Beaufartigue. Now it's Fujita. Push far side for Williams. Williams. Fujita goes to turn. He goes down. The referee playing advantage the other direction.
Now Fukushima with a long ball. De La Luz. Settled by Whatcom. Corrado was trying to play that off of somebody. Couldn't quite pull it off.
Find success at Pierce College. Selected as one of the top 10 best community colleges in the nation, Pierce College offers more than 60 programs of study. Get started today at one of the nation's premier community colleges. Apply online at www.pierce.ctc.edu. Pierce College. Possibilities realized.
Well, won by Corrado. Whatcom right back down the middle here.
Tried to link up with Murayama.
Clever little chip.
Now the physicality ramping up a little bit.
Yeah, Tacoma thought maybe they were going to get a call there. I think is that Eklund or is that Whiting down there? Can't tell. No, it's Eklund.
And down the ball. It's Rubio looking back at the referee, and
the official's been consistent. He's like, I didn't call it in the midfield. I'm not going to call it by the end line either.
Least of all inside the penalty area.
Yeah, and there's kind of an old saying in coaching: after you get one PK, they'd have to pull a machine gun if give you a second one.
That seed up the sideline goes down the line from Murayama.
Murayama's had the beating of Corrado over there.
One corner.
And he gets a corner. Is this the second of the half?
Just the second of the game.
Second of the game for Whatcom. But since he's come on, he's really been able to give Corrado a hard time on that side, playing a couple low crosses, get a corner. And obviously, Whatcom scored on a set play on Friday.
Murayama driven ball in. Corrado with the first header. Eklund gets it clear of the line.
But not out, still 20 yards out. And that's in behind, and that'll relieve the pressure.
Noah Rasmussen having the difficulty there. Titans ready to sub again. And they're going to bring on Luka Sesic, man from Croatia.
In for the man from Japan. So they're going to maintain their international flavor.
For Tacoma,
just going.
Number 23, Luka Sesic.
Going from Asia to Europe there.
Sesic, another player who had a big influence in the second half of this Tacoma Titans team in the semifinals.
Absolutely, brings a little bit of an edge and also some skillful link-up play to the game.
Lurin. Williams looking to turn Delaluz.
Sesic.
Moving forward.
Cut that out. Here
now
comes Delaluz.
Has DiCarlo to his right. He goes to the left. Eklund is there. He'll be able to track this ball down, but it's taken him wide of the goal. He'll spin it across. DiCarlo in the back heel trying to set up Delaluz. Whiting swings in. Eklund goes to ground. And a free kick given the other way.
Eklund went for the spectacular diving header and got called for the foul. Whiting curled a perfect inviting ball in at the far post. Eklund was going to go for the diving header. He was marked by two Whatcom players and was adjudged to have fouled one of them.
He dove with his head. He made contact. It just wasn't with the ball.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays where the official who's just seen a really bad collision wants to increase player safety and not encourage that behavior more than any specific rule violation there. Corrado steps up and clears that ball out of bounds. But Whatcom right back on the attack. But another danger, anytime Whiting gets on the ball, in the attacking half with space, Tacoma is really dangerous. And right now, it really seems like a right-handed game. Anytime Tacoma can get Whiting loose on the right side, they're dangerous. And then Murayama does seem to have the beating of Corrado on the right side for Whatcom.
French throws back to Seed. Corrado came forward but didn't quite get a hold of the ball. French going back out wide. This is Rubio. He'll loft one in. It's over the head of Williams.
And that one was a little overcooked. They can't keep it in play. They'll try to press this throw in and keep the pressure on.
Cox. DeLaLuz can't carry it clear. Whiting can't knock it clear. And now Cox has turned it over to Murayama. Quickly muscled up on by Whiting, and the free kick given away.
Yeah, Cox tried to make a move, stepped on the ball, and kind of tripped himself. And as he reached to steady himself, he had to pull on a Whatcom player and foul him.
Corey Williams be the man to send this in. Williams tossed the ball to the ref. Ref wasn't looking for it. He just bounced the ball off the referee, who seems to be taking it with okay spirits.
Number 21, Corey Williams.
2 in the wall for the Titans.
Williams has spent a couple of minutes early in the second half having a discussion with the official.
Low ball driven
Good
in
ball
back post.
in.
And a stop by
What
Brewer.
a save.
And
Brewer
he buries the
and
rebound.
no.
Boy, that flash happened so fast, we're not even sure whose head that came off of for Whatcom.
Yeah, Whatcom had 2 players at the far post, got a free header, really inviting ball, just hanging just beyond the 6, out of the goalkeeper's reach. Brewer absolutely in the right place, but also a little fortunate that the header came right at him. I mean, he was well positioned, made his own luck there. The other thing, Whatcom, great header. That rebound was laying inside the 6, and
almost a big switch. He just lost his footing.
Whatcom couldn't quite figure out, couldn't get organized to get on the end of the rebound. And it's still 1-0. So we're 10 minutes into the second half now. Plenty of time, obviously, for Whatcom, but that's really their best chance of the day. I guess second best chance after the penalty.
Seed defended by Sesic. Murayama lets it run. It's still rolling right down the line. Picked away by Says. Sesic turns. He'll go downfield. DiCarlo going to try to stretch out the back line here.
DiCarlo looks like he's in on it. And
tied up with Lee. DiCarlo gets away from Lee, who goes down. DiCarlo, the cutback cross straight at Rasmussen, who slides after a missed ball.
Whiting's open.
For Whiting. And now it's Lieberman on the near side.
Lieberman just got across there to win that ball as Whiting was getting himself organized to lash that ball home.
This is Whiting.
Whiting one-on-one with Lieberman. No help from his teammates there. And Lieberman did a great job, forced Whiting back. And now
Whiting square for Eklund, trying to work the return. Beaufartigue.
He's able to force it through. Whiting slides and doesn't get the deflection, according to the officials anyway. No complaints from the player, though, so. But after absorbing some pressure from Whatcom, Tacoma looking to return the favor, but there's a turnover. Sesic gives it away, and now same thing right down the right side.
Murayama in now for Rubio from long range. Off the
Off
crossbar
post.
once more.
This time they're on the rebound.
French can't tuck it away. It's blocked inside the area.
That was Tony Corrado with a key block. Whatcom teed that up about 7 yards out, and Corrado got a leg on it. I don't think Brewer would have been able to deal with that shot.
Well, that's twice in 2 games now that Keegan Rubio's gone off the crossbar. Last time it went down and in, and this time it rattles
Rubio,
away.
you just cannot give that guy a sliver about 25, 30 yards out.
Williams just knocked out his own teammate with a
And the
volley.
No hesitation at all from the official.
Koki Fujita just got tagged by that effort from Williams.
An immediate stoppage. 59th minute. I think this time we're going to have a full recovery, but he's going to have to come off. At least until he knows what day of the week it is, because that was, he just got blasted from about 3 feet away. We were talking about it. Yeah, the referee's telling him he's got to come off. He can come back on, but
I think Fujita was trying to say, well, I'll just step out the near touch line as opposed to going all the way across.
Yeah, you gotta go over to the scorer's table, and in this case, maybe take a moment with the trainer and be evaluated. Not once again, you know, we've gotten a little smarter in our older ages with concussions, and you can't, as a player, just say, "Hey, I'm okay." After taking a hit like that, the trainer's going to need to evaluate him and make sure that he's all right. Substitute in for Whatcom. Not sure. I see Tacoma has a player up. Whatcom, I don't know if they're going to try to play short.
At the moment, just the 10 men on the field for Whatcom. No move to the bench to bring a guy on for Koki Fujita.
I'm sure the initial reaction was to hope that Fujita would be okay. He would just walk over to the sideline and stand in midfield, get waved in immediately. But I think the reality with concussion is they got to evaluate him. It's going to take a couple minutes. If you want to play short, you can. But especially with open substitutions, you'd think you'd dust somebody off the bench and tell them to get in there. Looks like Whatcom's going to do it the European way and just play with 10 until they can get their guy back on the field. They're not even warming anybody up over there, so.
Well, it's an interesting advantage for Tacoma for the next couple minutes till Fujita is cleared to return to the field.
Yeah, they're definitely a man up right now. I don't know if they are, actually. Yeah, it's definitely a 4-3-2 right now.
Wave on Fukushima now. He will come on for Zach Eklund. 63rd minute here.
Tacoma, number 10,
and here comes
Fukushima.
Here comes Kojita back on. So he's cleared. So they must have known he was going to be cleared in a minute. It wasn't worth getting somebody in and out of the game there.
Corrado lifts that ball toward the attacking third. Seed back out to midfield. And French down in the heap on the far side. Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. WWCC Warriors are proud to compete in the NWAC.
I still haven't figured out which quarter they do rodeo in. Good ball in, a little flick. Couldn't redirect it on frame.
That was Miller, the center back, who had gone forward.
Whatcom, you know, starting to ask questions. We're into the last half hour of the match, and definitely asking questions that Tacoma back line. And you'd think that the Tacoma staff would be looking for a second goal here. I'm not sure. I certainly wouldn't want to have to ride out a 1-0 result here today, because both teams, when they get forward, look likely to score.
Fujita seems no worse the wear after taking a second to gather his senses. Rasmussen tried to go up to Rubio, and Brewer will just wave everyone off.
Yeah, it's the last game of the season, league championship final. Like, you can be sore tomorrow.
It's a booming ball from Brewer. Miller's underneath it. Turned over to Corrado, and right back over to Seed. It was fouled by Sesic. Advantage played by the referee. Murayama down the sideline. He gets the edge. Spins in the early cross, and Brewer has it.
Near post. Good challenge. And a robust battle to get across the body of the defender there.
That was French, who was trying to muscle his way to the cross.
Man, Johnny Gibula?
Gibula, yeah.
Gibula, really, he's a big body, and he came up big there.
De La Luz, wide for Cox, in for Whiting.
One of the things Whatcom has done is they've really forced Whiting to come infield to get the ball, and that's definitely made it harder to find him for Tacoma. And here he's trying to win it back, and gets called for the foul.
Rasmussen going quickly upfield. Murayama.
Murayama with a knockdown. Kojita on the ball. And Whatcom's content to recycle it. Fukushima jumped that pass and then stepped over it.
Back on the ball now.
He was off to the races.
DeCarlo a little optimistic. I think he didn't really understand where Gilbert Delaluz was downfield.
No, yeah, I don't think he realized that left back was there. I think he thought Delaluz was going to get him behind. But Fukushima had stepped up and was off to the races and just missed the ball. And there's a little scrum, 2v2. Foul goes against Whatcom. And Tacoma becoming a little more deliberate with every stoppage now. So they can kind of they're starting to see the finish line.
Colton says.
Referee requesting Tacoma to play the ball.
Fukushima, that looks like it came off his arm.
Ball, yep.
Well, we'd like to thank the Red Lion, the official hotel of the Northwest Athletic Conference. With friendly service and unique local flair, Red Lion hotels get guests close to main attractions and good times, and with full-service hotels and a wide variety of amenities. Discover your escape across the Red Lion family. Lee with a searching ball downfield. Murayama making the run. Corrado gets in front of it.
Corrado cut that out. Murayama cut behind him. Ball couldn't find him.
Flags up for offside on the far side, on the near sideline, I should say.
And it's coming down because DeCarlo never did get the ball. And Whatcom played their way out, and now the line's communicating to the center saying, yeah, that's all right. He wasn't really offsides.
Whiting stumbles there, wins the free kick.
Whatcom didn't particularly like that call. But Whiting, as he's been pulled, he's actually playing kind of as an 8, like an attacking midfielder, in behind the strikers now centrally. Delaluz is outside on the flank. So I think Jason Prevenost with Tacoma also trying to figure out how to engineer a little bit more Alex Whiting on the ball.
Pretty blatant jersey tug there. Referee lets it go because Whatcom's still on the front foot. Hard challenge from Corrado, who's then himself upended.
Yeah, Corrado did a great job, won that open field tackle, started to step through and got yanked down. Whatcom having to chase all these loose balls, try to speed the game up as we get into heading for the 60, this is the 69th minute now. Brewer's going to launch this one into the Tukwila evening.
Gets beyond Miller, who is tied up pretty heavily with DeCarlo. But
yeah, Miller and DeCarlo were, referee decided it was 6-1, half dozen of the other, didn't call anything. Well, and you're getting to the point in the game where, you know, the referee and Whiting's going to get a yellow card here, I believe. I think that foul looked worse than it was, but he pushed him from dead behind. They might just be having a conversation. Nope, it's persistent infringement and a yellow card. Referee says, actually, there's like 4 of them. Whiting disagrees, but he's going in the book.
He sees yellow here in the 70th minute. And he's going to get his money's worth with the referee.
Yeah, they're definitely having a conversation. I thought it was a little hard done by on that last one, but he's certainly gone through 3 or 4 fouls. And referee trying to make sure that the final 20 minutes here go without incident and stay on top of things. It was an easy call.
Lee, searching ball up to French. Whiting can't hold on to it through the challenge from Lee. Miller.
Yeah, the challenge is, you know, Whiting's such a great attacking player. Right now, he's going to have to kind of dig deep and be a strong defender in the middle of the park. You know, if you're the Tacoma Titans, you definitely want him involved. This is one way to do it. There's Moriyama in deep. That's been effective for Whatcom.
Rubio just feels himself unfortunate to have found himself offside after the volley from Rasmussen. Rubio hits the deck after Brewer.
Referee says, all right, let's just everybody get up and keep playing. Good no call. Rubio made a meal of that. He was offsides, had to let that ball go. The easy solution would have been just call off, and he gets called off there. Little 1-2. Whatcom was in. A lot of times you take a shot that late after a whistle, you get a yellow card. In this case, I think the referee's going to consider that giving Tacoma the opportunity to go fish that ball out of the woods behind the goal
That's the
and
advantage
walk
in
forward
itself.
is sufficient punishment for taking a shot after the whistle there. And Brewer's going to launch this one as well. Inside the final 20 minutes, the NWAC championship, and if things stay the way they are, it'll be the Tacoma Titans lifting their second championship in 3 years.
Corrado, touch up to Beaufartigue. Sesic back for Beaufartigue. And it's lost out the far touchline.
Corrado tried to chip that over to Beaufartigue. I think to DiCarlo, or is that Beaufartigue over there? And couldn't quite do it, but it was a great move. That was Beaufartigue over on the side. Yeah, right now Fukushima's playing really in the 6 role, you know, right in front of that back line. Beaufartigue, who usually plays in that deep lying role, is out on the left. Whiting, who usually plays out on the right, is playing in the center as an attacking mid. DiCarlo's the one striker. De La Luz is outside on the right, and I think that's Eklund over on the left. So a couple of adjustments really, I think, based on trying to tighten up the defense here for Tacoma. And Whatcom, 18 minutes left. They need a goal, and I think you'd expect to see them trying to throw maybe an extra body or two forward here.
Lieberman looking for the cross, and it's blocked. That's De La Luz going to ground.
De La Luz went to ground, another corner for Whatcom. I don't know, is that
just their third?
Their third here, second of the half.
Corner kick from Whatcom to be taken by number 21, Corey
Tacoma, all 11 players inside the penalty area for the Titans now. And there's still an open runner near post, and the ball goes all the way through and in behind for a corner. The officials are signaling that there was a deflection. We didn't see it, I don't think. But it'll be another corner once again.
Number 18, Koki Fujita.
11 Titans in the box and a free header.
That's Miller again on that header.
Miller got on the end of it. Brewer with a nice save. Honestly, I think for Tacoma, they would have been better off maybe leaving a player or two higher for a counterattack, because they had 10 defenders in the 18, and on the first kick there was a guy completely free running near post, and then Miller, who's clearly one of their main targets, was wide open for a free header at the back post. Sometimes you can get so many guys in there, you know, you're trying to close the door that you end up kind of getting in your own way, and that may be one of those moments. They just didn't have anybody to, you know, there's too many guys. It's hard to organize. You're not sure if who's got that person, and you know they get in a seam in between two people, and you're in trouble. And Whatcom's had 2 or 3 really gilt-edged chances to get a goal here.
A penalty miss, a beautiful flashing header that had an equally beautiful stop by Brewer, and then that chance just now.
Absolutely. Well, and the first head, that flashing header, created a rebound, and Whatcom just couldn't quite get organized to get on the end of it.
Someone's called for a substitution.
Yeah, substitution for Tacoma.
It's Boubacar Torre, he'll check back in, and Alex Whiting is headed to the bench.
Entering the match.
See how they reshuffle the midfield here. Looks like De La Luz is going to go over on the left side. No, I think De La Luz is going to come off, and Whiting is talking to Coach Jason Prevenost over there, get some instructions. We'll see how they shuffle the deck. DiCarlo's out on the right now. A stray back pass, and Whatcom gets on top of it.
This is Rubio. Trying to link back in with Fujita. It's still Williams.
I'll tell you, anytime Rubio's in the midfield and he passes it, you feel a little better as a defender, I think. Because if he gets a half-inch of space, he's going to hit it.
And he's found a remarkable ability for finding the crossbar.
Well, he's found basically drilled one into the net, one into the crossbar, and one into a teammate. So 33% of the time, highlight film goal.
And if you have a guy striking goals on 33% of his shots, that's a pretty good rate of return.
Yeah, you figure, like, how about more shots? So I'm sure he's looking.
77th minute now inside the final quarter hour. Tacoma Titans lead 1-0 over the Whatcom Orcas. Now it's
There's
Whiting.
a steal by Whiting, 2-on-2. Oh, Whiting went one way, or Torre went one way, and Whiting was looking for him at the other. They're
still remonstrating with one another.
Yeah, they're not terribly happy with each other on that one. Two really skillful, fast players on the run. Whatcom was really at 6s and 7s. They needed Tacoma to sort of defend itself, and they did.
Brewer collects the 3-ball.
Yeah, coming back the other way, and Brewer gets on it. He'll take his time. We're in the last quarter hour now, 77th minute. Time winding down on the Whatcom Orcas. Similarly, Tacoma looking better and better to make that one goal stand up.
Williams coming to the near side.
If that doesn't jinx him, nothing will, I suppose.
Fujita goes for goal. It takes a weird knuckle action on it.
Yeah, it got partially deflected. I think that softened it up for Brewer to grab, but it also probably put a little spin on it. Now Whiting in the middle of the park. Once again, can't quite connect with Torre.
Sesic going wide for Torre. He has a big touch into space. He's drawn a lead as the defender, but he doesn't have much support in the middle. Sesic.
Yeah, he was just willing to hold the ball there. Really smart, you know. Took his time, got his head up. I mean, they didn't really get anything out of it, but it wasn't a cross and a punt either. And now Whatcom comes the other way.
Williams finds Rubio. Rubio pushing to his left. Corrado is there. Murayama can't get back to the ball. And it's out for a corner.
Murayama won that corner off of, I think it was it Eklund?
Taking the corner for.
Might have been Colton Says.
Yeah, probably Colton Says. And
Murayama.
There's corner number 4, right?
Ball in from Murayama.
Or 5.
Header
Another
from Rubio. That one took a deflection right as it was going out.
Yeah, this is going to be corner number 6, correct? Yeah, because they had 2, and then so 5 second-half corners for Whatcom. And that's the third one where there's a free header. Tacoma's either got to tighten up their defense or they're really living on the edge here. Once again, they defend. Tacoma's playing zones. Their guys are defending an area. They're supposed to really step to the ball, and Whatcom's just able to pick out a run.
Williams sends us right down the line. Miller's there at the back post, but so is Brewer.
Yeah, that was a little bit deep. He's well inside. He's only a yard or 2 off the end line. You really need that ball. If you're going to hang it up like that, it's got to be a little further away from the goalkeeper. And Tacoma gets let off on that corner.
Cox pass left in space. French fights his way to it. Now Williams. He's going to go quickly over the top.
Well
Fujita
done by
trying to
French
stretch the back line.
Won a nice 1v1 with Whiting.
Up as far as Lieberman. Fujita absorbing the pressure, and DiCarlo just content to tuck that ball out of play.
Yeah, he cleared that with quite a bit of strength. He didn't get it up in the air, so it just banged right off the concrete base of the stands and right back onto the field. So.
In comes Gio Lobo in the 80th minute, and to my knowledge, apart from the one change for Jung Young Kim after his injury, this is the first substitution of the match for the Orcas.
And he comes in and can't quite corral that. Now Whiting's coming off. 10 minutes to go. 81st minute. We've got Fukushima. And DiCarlo, I think, is back. No, DiCarlo's 14.
I think it's the introduction of Alan Escalante, who's
Yeah,
dropped into the holding mid.
Yeah, Escalante came in for Whiting, playing that D mid role. Fukushima couldn't quite control that. Here comes Whatcom. Escalante went down.
Sasic over the top for Torre. Is he onside? Referees kept running. He is. Torre makes a move to the byline. Draws Gutierrez and misses the right post.
Just beyond the far post there for Torre. Just a little hesitation move. Got beyond the defender. Quick goal kick. Whatcom's able to settle, but they turn it over.
Fukushima didn't work too hard to keep his feet after.
No, and it was that was a good foul. I mean, that Fukushima would won. They won the ball initially. Tacoma got 2v1 there. Whatcom turned it over, and smart play to take him down, really, because Fukushima was looking dangerous on the counter. I'm curious what if they're going to put Whiting back in now, or are they going to leave him out?
Taking the kick for Tacoma, number 24.
We're in the 82nd minute of the final here.
Time for Sesic. Fukushima trying to track it down at the far touchline.
Fukushima kept that ball in.
Pushed off the ball by Connor Seed. Quickly up the field to Murayama. He's going to go downfield for Rubio. And Rubio tripped up there.
Gets the call on the sideline there. Good opportunity for Whatcom to just swing this ball to the far post.
Rubio swings that in. Miller gets
mid-goal.
the free
Miller
header.
gets it, but had to turn. That would have been a very spectacular play to get any power on it. Easily gathered in the end by Brewer, and he can launch this ball high up into the Tukwila evening here. Try to bleed a little more time off the clock. But Whatcom definitely generating pressure, although Tacoma has obviously been really dangerous. There's Torre again on the counter.
Through ball reaches him.
1v1 on the outside.
Steps
beats a
topside.
defender.
Gutierrez
Brilliant
goes the rebound.
save.
Fukushima and another block.
Brilliant save, and then a Whatcom defender coming across to block the rebound shot.
That was Lieberman who laid out in front of Fukushima.
Lieberman's made a couple really key plays, and then the substitute Escalante with a foul there.
And an immediate yellow card in the 84th.
I think that was a fairly soft card, actually. But it was definitely a foul.
Noah Rasmussen lined up over the set piece.
Yeah, and Whatcom will have basically 8 players in the box here.
Rasmussen into the mixer. Brewer tracking it. No one got in his face.
Brewer never even had to move. He was right there, jumped up, caught it. No problems.
Brewer. Long ball over the top. Whatcom going to take this opportunity to substitute here.
You'd think with 6 minutes to go, you'd pick your best 11 and roll with it now.
Fujita from long range. That one gets beyond Brewer.
Fujita, there you go. He's got the ball. He's carrying it at the goal. His weight forward. Just missed on the left there. Brewer diving. I'm not sure Brewer gets to that if it's inside the corner.
Here comes Alex Whiting.
In for DiCarlo. I suspect you're going to see a little bit of a rotation now for Tacoma as they try to kind of wind the clock down.
Entering the match for Tacoma.
We're in the 85th minute of normal time. Tacoma defending a 1-goal lead. Long throw.
Rubio. In battle with Gibula. Tipula tucks it out of play, and now it's gone down.
A little bit of a tactical injury here, I suspect. Referee standing over him. Clock running. Well, he's tying his shoe now. A little bit of a stoppage, and is he going to tie the other one now? Oh, nope, still the same one. It's one of those moments where when you're behind, you really hope the referee's going to be accurate in adding the time, and when you're ahead, you're confident it's not going to happen that way. Long throw.
Williams trying to settle it. Lifted in by Rasmussen. Miller trying to head it down. Rubio's getting busy in the box.
Orcas
French
have numbers.
His way to the ball. French's shot. He's deflected and out for a corner.
Corrado sliding across. Knocks that out. Corner number 7. Is that correct?
That's what I have. And another player down in the box.
Number 24.
Corner number 18,
Colton Says. All hands to the pumps now. Once again, the Titans have 11 players in their own penalty area. Ball comes in.
Back
free
post,
header.
missed at the back post. It's Gio Lobo who met that.
Well-timed run. Perfectly, directed, missed, caught the outside of the post. Once again, Tacoma, they've got 11 players in the box. I mean, there's nobody, they're not looking for a counterattack. And yet, Whatcom consistently gets on the end of these corners. If you're Tacoma, you really think the best strategy is to really work hard not to concede another one.
Well, a bit of frantic play settling in now for the Whatcom Orcas in the 88th minute.
Yep, they're pushed. They've really thrown everybody forward now. They've really got one guy hanging back, but of course Tacoma has pulled everybody back defensively as well.
Corrado has won that off Murayama. Can't complete the clear, though.
Nope, only about 30 yards out, throw-in. And Whatcom, there's Whiting looking to clear.
Cleanly won by Miller.
Fukushima down, referee saying play on. Fukushima miraculously recovers as soon as he has an opportunity to pressure the ball. Whatcom swings it out wide. Just under 2 minutes of normal time remaining now. Whatcom still searching for that elusive goal.
Lee, it's a low ball from him. Lieberman trying to square that in. Corey Williams will have to track it down.
Under pressure by Whiting. Good decision to lay it off.
Rasmussen
plays that in.
Miller nearly chopped that down.
Dropped that off. He had a runner. Moriyama went too early.
French down over the ball. Corrado comes away with it. He lifts it up toward
Torre.
Torre
gets the touch.
Gutierrez off his line. Boubacar Torre one-on-one. He's around Gutierrez. Boubacar Torre has scored in the 89th minute. Ditches the shirt, heads to the sideline, and the Tacoma Titans up 2-0 with minutes left to play.
Yeah, Torre's going to take the yellow card there. But he just won the NWAC championship with a minute to play. Two close plays. He just was able to touch the ball around the last defender and into space. And then he was able to touch the ball around Gutierrez and give it the finish.
And now Williams is having a go at Koki Fujita. He was down on the ground. Corey Williams. And now the referee's going to come over to check with his AR. Corey Williams just had a go at Koki Fujita after he and another teammate yanked him back to his feet. He was down on the ground, kind of feeling a little bit sorry for himself.
And I think this is the yellow card to Torre for taking the shirt off.
90th minute.
Yeah.
And Torrey into the book, but I don't think he'll be carrying too much.
No, I don't think that card's going to accumulate to next season, and he's going to be hoisting the trophy here after stoppage time. We're in the 90th minute. I don't know if he's having a go at him or they're just kind of having a chat. No, there's a substitution. I think
Williams just got himself pulled from the game.
Yeah, I think the coach said, you know what, why don't you come on over here, calm down. It's always, these kinds of games and these moments are always really tough. You've got young kids. They're playing really hard. They've had great seasons. You know, it's kind of a difficult balance as a coach. You want to make sure that you enable them to express themselves. You want to make sure that the experience is positive.
Here come the Orcas. All hands on deck. Gio Lobo out wide there.
Yeah, they're definitely going to throw everything they have forward now.
Kelly Laula Kelikoa, the man who checked in for Williams.
We'll see what, so that would be the second substitution for the Orcas. Third, I guess, because they were forced to have the first one, so 2 more.
Here's French. A goal could still change this game. Not sure how much time the referee's going to add.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to, you know, I was just at the stroke of the 90th minute. So you're looking at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, you would think.
French down low. That ball stopped right on the byline, and French has committed a foul.
The official time is kept by the center referee.
And the ball went in behind the stands on the far side there. Tacoma in no hurry to restart the game. The clock continues to run. You'd think there was about a 2-minute shoe tying incident over here on the left side. If the referee wants to add 6 or 7 minutes, he could definitely justify it.
Miller. Sending it back forward, Tacoma.
And Corrado's going to hang on to that ball. Tacoma's going to be very deliberate as they restart play here.
Torre pulled off the pitch to a hero's welcome on the far side.
Is that DiCarlo back in for him?
It is, and now it's Fukushima. Grant Cox down the line for Whiting.
Whiting 1v1. Well, not anymore.
Sliding tackle, wins the ball cleanly. Cox trying to step in front of it. Fujita, near side to Lieberman. He has a runner. It's French. Turned back by Says. Lieberman takes over and Says tucks it out.
Getting deeper into stoppage time here. It's going to be a long throw by the Orcas.
Lieberman launches this one in. Header from Says. French sweeps it to the back post. Kelikoa.
The substitute 1-on-2. Nice touch to the end line. Tries to put it back across. Wipes out on the concrete, but gets a corner. Now the concrete getting even slicker with the evening air cooling down.
Gutierrez getting the nod to come forward. All hands on deck.
20 players inside the 18 here.
Gutierrez nearly got to that
Another
ball.
open header cleared off the line.
Man down in the box.
DiCarlo's down.
Rubio can't complete the volley. Ball sent in. Corrado lifts it clear.
That was 60.
And the whistle's gone. The Tacoma Titans, for the second time in 3 years, are NWAC champions. And they've done it in dramatic fashion here at Starfire Stadium.
And a gleeful celebration for the Tacoma Titans.
Look pretty happy, Dave.
Well, it's well earned. They're deserving champions. They cut through Pierce College in the semifinal and hung on here against a really tough Whatcom team. The Whatcom team deserves a lot of credit. What a great effort. And the Titans are deserving champions. They were the better team on the day.
Well, and for Whatcom, definitely got a feel of frustration. Twice now in consecutive years, they've made it to the final. Twice they've been upended. They had some chances. Keegan Rubio puts a penalty kick high. A couple of brilliant stops by Brewer in goal on what seemed like sure thing headers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Whatcom, I mean, they easily could have, this game didn't have to be 2-0. I mean, they missed a penalty. That's always tough. I think, you have a guy go down like that, that's a heck of a wrench to throw into things. Just a tough situation for Whatcom. He had three free headers. It was that French midfielder saving the ball off the line for Tacoma in the 90th minute. That ball beat Brewer. Brewer had a good game, made a couple spectacular saves, was helped by, the PK miss, and then was helped by a defender in behind him. So, as these games tend to be when you get two really strong teams playing well, they're decided at the margins by some pretty spectacular plays, just bang, bang, and that's kind of the story of the day.
And now the other important part in sportsmanship is the Tacoma Titans will go over to the Whatcom Orcas, who the handshakes are no consolation at all, but it's still always, important to see.
Absolutely, and it's nice to see Tacoma going over to shake hands, a couple players over to shake hands with Gutierrez and some of these other guys. Whatcom's had a great season, played really well. They're a great team, and there's two deserving teams in the final today, and a great game. One team, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you land, has to win.
Much so, and the Whatcom Orca is going to kind of huddle up here, but boy, you talk about big moments, and that one ball in from the left side from Fukushima to Joseph DiCarlo, just one chance, and this game is funny because you think about all the chances Whatcom had. If you don't capitalize on those chances when you get them, games can drastically shift, but DiCarlo just punched that one right to the back of the net, and then Torre with the insurance goal right at the
realistically,
end.
I mean, Tacoma converted 2 of maybe 4 chances, and Whatcom wasn't able to convert, probably 4 or 5 chances on the day, and that's, in this particular sport, how it gets worked out.
To the Whatcom Community College Orcas, presenting the trophy is NWAC Director of Operations.
Yeah, and it's tough in the moment to get that second place trophy, but I think on reflection they'll be really proud of the season they had. Second year in a row making the final, that's no small feat, and I'm sure they're well positioned for the future as well. And then for Tacoma, 2 championships in 3 years, not a bad little run for all of the Jasons.
Absolutely. Looks like we're getting Evan Brewer and Boubacar Torre up into the box now. We'll have them on our post-game interview momentarily here on the NWAC Digital Network.
Here with Evan Brewer and Boubacar Torre. Guys, that was a pretty electric finish to the game. Boubacar, first, what were you thinking when you saw that ball coming up to you right at the end there, and then that first touch that put you into space?
Well, I was thinking cause that was the last defender, so I was like, if I go past him, I'm going to face the goalie, so that's easy for me. Because, I've been in the same position so many times, so it wasn't hard at all.
Evan, you had a couple of big saves today, but your defenders also came up with some big clearances on the line. Just tell me about the performance your back line put in and just keeping Whatcom away from the goal.
Oh, we did great that whole entire game. We always just kept them right in front of us. And that last play from Roman, that was great off the line just to get that one out to seal the game for us.
Boubacar, this now the second NWAC title in a 3-year span for Tacoma, and it's a program with a history of success. What does it feel like to be a Titan and getting ready to go out there and lift that trophy?
Well, first time I wasn't part of the team, so I'm going to say I was going to give us a title and NWAC. And we did it, so we're so happy.
Evan, just a couple words reflecting on what this entire season has been for you guys. You know, tough battles in that Western Division. You come out here and you manage to fight your way all the way through to win the NWAC title.
A lot of comebacks, you know, like our coach said, we bled a lot compared to the other teams, so we've came back from behind. We know what it took, and we just grinded through the whole season, and I feel like that all came out today.
Excellent. Gentlemen, congratulations to you both. Again, it's Evan Brewer and Boubacar Toure, two of our players of the match here on the NWAC Digital Network. Again, your final score, Tacoma Titans 1, Whatcom Orcas 0. The Titans are your 2018 NWAC Men's Soccer Champions.